a lot of guys think in their mind that certain women are open to casual, and logically it would make sense, but it's just not the case. For example, sex workers or like women who like attention whores or models or social media attention whores and stuff like that. Women who post their stuff on social medias. These are the hardest women to date casually. The absolute hardest women to date casually. Like to just, oh, I'm gonna do some casual. I'm gonna just fuck. I don't want to put nothing into them. I'm gonna just fuck and leave. And a lot of the times, those type of women are not with it. And I'm gonna explain why in a second. And it's not that you may not find a stripper or a sex worker who will do it with you casually, but this is the thing you got to understand, especially about sex workers, right? Sex workers, prostitutes, OnlyFans models. Those women ain't just letting you fuck on them for nothing, because the thing is they understand their value already, or not even their value as women, but they understand the value that their whole or their sexuality has in the marketplace. They understand how valuable it is, and they see what men are willing to do for it, and they've experienced that they can get paid from this. And so if I can get paid from this and I'm having casual sex already all day every day for money and I'm paying my rent, I'm finna go lay up with they in their mind they like, I'm not finna go lay up with your extra average ass for nothing, and I ain't getting nothing out of this when I got 10 tricks in my phone. And women like that have already been exposed to the game for so long that they already have a more than likely they already have a man that they attached to already. You know, um, like maybe a pimp or a boyfriend that they mess with, or a man that they mess with that is okay with what they got going on, or a dude that they're attached to. That, but 9 times out of 10, them women already have the emotional part figured out, and they damn sure not finna have sex with you for nothing. And you just average, and there's no incentive to have sex with you. You just an average dude that work at, average a mail carrier, or you work in a corporate America or something, just a regular average guy, or you a plumber or some shit like that. And they not getting nothing out of you. There's no come up in it. Sex workers ain't doing that because they understand the value of their sexuality, and they know what the market is willing to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? So it's for them, it's hustling backwards to just be laying up for nothing, just be getting fucked for nothing and ain't getting nothing out of it. But all women don't think like that. Sex workers do. And again, that includes strippers, that includes prostitutes, even the low budget ones that ain't on the corner, and that includes OnlyFans models. And the thing is, guys are always sending me their DMs or they snaps, because a lot of women on Snapchat, they ex workers, and a lot of guys be game goofy and don't be knowing, but they be sending me their DMs and they snaps of chicks that they going back and forth with. That's clearly clearly sex workers just by how they talking to them. Hey daddy and poppy and hey baby. Sex workers use pet names, by the way. That's a classic telltale sign of a pet worker. I mean a pet worker, a sex worker, by the pet names that they call you, and how they stroking your ego automatically off the rip. But they sending me these messages, and it's clearly a sex worker, and the conversation be going and going and going. And so when it's time to link up, or when the guy like, oh well, let's go here and do this, or give me your number or whatever, the woman always air them out because the dude ain't talking about nothing. And when I say the dude ain't talking about nothing, from that particular woman's standpoint, if you ain't talking about money, you ain't talking about nothing. You see what I'm saying? And so they'll entertain the conversation to see what you on, and if you ain't on nothing, they gonna air you out. Not put your business out, but they gonna leave you hanging. Basically, they gonna air you. That's what we used to call it back in the day. But these guys hit me up like, oh, how do I play this? Or, how do I get her to respond? Or how do I play it to get what I want? I'm like, yeah, you got to pay her to get what you want. That's a sex worker, bro. She's a prostitute. She a hoe. You're not finna, you're not going to seduce no, you're not going to seduce or finesse no stripper out of no cat. Not the most of them. You're not going to finesse no, or smooth your way into a sex worker's heart or a prostitute's heart. It's not happening, bro. They already got that part figured out. They don't need casual sex from you. And more than likely, they don't need the emotional component because they got it figured out already. So because they've been exposed to men constantly since they've been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with, like, the social media attention whores. A lot of the times the women who be on the internet who are showing their body for attention, or just being attention whores or whatever, even if they're doing it for free, they getting the validation already. And more than likely, if they're exposing themselves to that many men, they got the sexual component figured out already. And truth be told, the sexual component is figured out already, and that sexual component ain't giving them the validation, so they online getting it. You see what I'm saying? So those women are not just gonna be laying up with you. You're gonna find one like that and it just be casual, because they got it figured out already. They getting the validation from tons of men already, and they more than likely got a dude that's already blowing their back out and ain't giving them that. Same with Instagram models. The Instagram model thing is, and this is not to say that you can't find it or it's not gonna happen, but it's probably not. The probability is, your chances are slim to none. Right. And again, the same with the Instagram models. They more so, not to say that they won't, but their whole thing is clout, opportunity. A lot of them be doing some strange for some change. A lot of them prostitutes anyway, just glorified prostitutes, but money, clout. It's not just, I met some dude and so now we just smashing, especially if they more popular. It has to be about something. So most men are average. Your average ass, it's not happening, bro. They not just gonna be, when they have all type of DMs and all type of guys on their radar that's got money and status, and they're exposed to these type of men. Why would she come and just lay up with you for nothing, and then they ain't gonna get nothing out of it? It don't work like that. So again, not that you can't get it, but you have a better chance looking where, your chances are high, or the probability is high that you find something to get what you're looking for. But these women are typically, you're pretty much wasting your time. Again, sex workers, that's including strippers, that's including HOs, prostitutes, OnlyFans models, social media attention whores, models, and the Instagram models. It's including all of that. You're more than likely not gonna get a casual thing out of them. Now, I'm not saying you may not meet one, they like you, y'all hook up, and but in their mind, it's not about, I'm just trying to have fun, so let me just hook up with him. In their mind, that's not what's going on. So you may come in like, like you got something to offer, and then it happened, and then you fake them out. That happened, but you don't want to live your life like that. You don't want to play the game. You don't want to kick the game like that anyway, because that's going to backfire on you. So if you if you want to be casual date, you want to build your little rotation and just be whatever the case may be, these ain't the women for it, bro. Trust me. And it's not even on this ain't one of them shows where it's like, they got these type of problems, and if these type of problems, that's not what I'm saying. It's just that it's the probability of you doing that is not likely. So listen, I help men just like you get real, tangible results in dating by turning attraction into sex or a real relationship, by correcting the exact moments where most men fold, hesitate, or lose control. Click the link in the description, order bio right now, and hop on a call with my team, and let's see if you're a good fit. And if you are, let's get to work.